Hey everyone, welcome into Universal Beauty, and I hope you're having a great week. And as we talked about at the end of last week's video, I thought we would just do like a real simple, maybe 1-2 color makeup tutorial. And so if you want something simple like this that you can either dial up or dial down, just keep on watching. Okay, so I have my foundation, concealer, and eyebrows in place. I guess first things first, I wanted to tell you about this. Using this, it's by Benefit, and it's called Boing, and it's technically a concealer, but you can use it all over as a foundation. And right now I'm kind of on my quest to find small, compact, multiple use items that I can take with me to Mexico at the end of the month. If as far as I know, that trip is still on. Still keeping my fingers crossed. Still don't know, if my event gets canceled. Like I said, nobody's going anywhere. But for now, keeping my hopes high and bright. Anyway, this stuff I used to use. I know that I had got this years ago, and wasn't really impressed by it. So I thought I'd try it again, and the same thing. I'm not happy with this. I feel like the look is way too orange. This is supposed to be a shade medium, and it is way too tan for being a medium. I don't know what they're thinking with that. Benefit, I consider them to kind of be the authority on brows. They've got wonderful things like that Precisely My Brow eyebrow pencil and other things too. I mean, all top drawer, but this falls short for me. I really don't like it. I feel like it's kind of way too orangey and stuff, but for the purpose of just getting on with this tutorial today, I just tried to do the best I could with it. I think I'm probably gonna take this with me. This is a Morphe cream blush. And I think that I will go ahead and take this because it's just a nice, excuse me, a little flush of color. It's nice and it's compact, and I think it's like a long wear. Can't really ever do anything too much with my under eye circles. I mean, I have some of that Boing on there, and at some point it's just got to be a one and done. I got to get going, so I don't have time to sit and pack concealer over and over again. I tried to get some of the orange color down on this Benefit with my Beauty Blender sponge, but anyway, for the eye look, some of y'all are going to be going on a nice outing Valentine's Day, and I think that's going to be terrific. I had done a real glam video back when, and it's got like kind of the reds and charcoals and browns, and you can maybe look back and find that if you want it. I don't have any plans for Valentine's Day because I am very single. And so anyway, I'm not doing a real glam look. I just kind of, again, want to do kind of a one and done, or just very minimal, but look nice. So I feel like everyone's got colors like this, similar to this, in somewhere in a palette that they own. This is part of the Too Faced Makeup Around the World. This one is the Rio de Janeiro Christmas in Rio. And it's just I'm just gonna be using a couple of colors like the gold and the brown here. So just to move it along, I'm only gonna try to use like a couple of brushes. This one here is a Sigma E70, and it's a medium angled shading brush. And then this one here is the Sigma. It's a cream color brush, but it's like the E58, and these are fine. Again, whatever brushes say, you don't have to pay attention to that. You can use them for whatever you want. So I'm going to start with just this one, and you see it's like a real flat from the side, and it's got this tapered top to it. And I'm going to go into this color here, and if you're following in the palette, that is called Coco Cabana. So I'm just getting a very little bit of that on my brush, and I'm coming in where we want the V to be. And I put some powder over the top of my foundation here because it just helps the powder to glide on a little better. you know, whatever your setting powder is if you use it. Just something to kind of get that going. Because otherwise, if you just have kind of your foundation or a cream concealer that you're using for an eye primer or whatever, it tends to just roll and your brush gets stuck and it just doesn't glide on as nicely. Okay, so you're starting in here with this and just getting that marked pretty much. Okay, and then the other brush here, it's still clean, so I want to use that to kind of get in and diffuse that color a little and get the lines all blurred so we don't have to contend with any hard lines about anything. And just, yeah, you're just moving that over the color and making sure that you just diffuse that down, okay? So, you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm not going for a big look. I'm still continuing to dip into that same color, just with the tip of the brush, and I want to go right under where my lower lash line is. Got a little piece of glitter on my face. I don't know how that got there. Boy, see, when I say sparkle hard, man, I mean it. Okay, and then what's left on the brush, I'm just gonna kind of pat that on the lid. Just trying to use as few shades as possible, keeping it darker at the outer corner and diffused on the end. So it's pretty basic. There's like nothing fancy going on here. Now, if you do want to give it a little bit of extra, I feel like maybe this color here is kind of a pinkish gold, and that one, if you're following the palette, it's Sugarloaf Mountain. I'm using the same brush. I'm not gonna go with too many things, and tap that off a little, and then this right in the center, because I just want it to be a touch of shimmer, a little bit extra, not too much. Kind of tapping and then pulling that color in. All right, and I want a little bit of that on my lower lash line too, on top of the other Coco Cabana color. All right, so see, really simple eyeshadow, and take again your other brush and just diffuse that. I'm not being real precise about this at all. In fact, you could say this technique is pretty clunky almost. Give you a little bit of that under your eyes as well. Okay, and then, you know, if you're feeling, you know, extra sporty about it all, I'm gonna take this, this color right here, this whitish color. That's called Papaye Noel in this particular palette, and I'm just putting that on the brush that I've been using to diffuse everything, because I'm finished with that part. And now I'm just going to bring a little bit of this under the brow bone. Okay, just to keep everything kind of uniform in a way. Oh, there's a lot of blowback on that. Okay, so kind of done here with this one now. Oh, if you wanted a closer look at that, that's Rio and Christmas out of the Christmas Around the World. It was like a 3 palette set that Too Faced did, you know, at the end of the year. Okay, so this is it, and I'm going to use an eyeliner. This one is Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and this is called, what's the name of this one? It's called Gold Digger, and what it is kind of a espresso brown. Pardon my scar. It is like, see, it's a deeper brown. You only have a little bit of time to smudge on this one, and you got to move it if you want to, you know, smudge it, because it dries down pretty quick and it is a long wear, so it'll, you know, stay put. Okay, so let me see how I can wangle this for you. I'm going across the top of my lid, kind of thicker at the outside and thinner towards the center. I'm muffling my voice there with my hand on my face, sorry. Kind of hard to do this with my hand in this awkward position, so bear with me. You're going to be holding it much more controlled when you're doing yours. I just need for you to, I need to be able to talk to you and show you from like a different angle. God, a little bit of a mess. There we go. Okay, and bring it down, but not all the way to the inner corner, just like halfway, or where your iris ends, I think is probably good enough. Because if you bring it in right to the corner, you tend to shut the eye down, and you know, if you want it to appear larger, don't bring it in all the way. Now, again, for me, maybe not for you, one of my pet peeves is to see this flesh tone under here. I like to, I know this doesn't look nice to watch, but I don't want that flesh tone peeping out, so I always hit that waterline there to make it the same color as my liner, because I just think it, you know, it helps. Okay, so again, not too much of anything. You could wing this out a little if you feel like it. And it's pretty subtle. You can go as far as you want or as less as you want. It's not going to be a big deal. Okay. Now, I know this is probably dried down, but I like to just kind of come in and very softly. I'm not really pulling and tugging too hard. I just want to see if I can like diffuse that line underneath to not be quite as hard. Okay. This is a Kylie lip liner, and it is in the color Bear. Okay, and it's, you know, it's seen better days here, but yeah. I'm just gonna line. If you're new to lip lining and you're not quite sure how to get that top lip done, you can always just like go in shorter strokes and start at the where your mouth meets the bottom and top meet. Follow it along, go to the top, and then do a X in the middle. And that'll keep you from, you know, going too far in the middle here if you're worried that, you know, you're overlining. I don't know, overlining to me, it's okay. I like it. Okay, so we got your lip liner in place, and then I'm gonna use this Melt Cosmetics. This is in, what color is that, you guys? What is it? It's called Old Rose. Is that what it is? Yeah, Old Rose. Okay. Looks like this. Yeah. And you're just gonna give it a little bit. I don't put too much on. Okay, so there's that. And then you were probably going to want to do something with your eyelashes, whether, you know, Valentine's Day, you know, if you're just kind of going for a real downplayed look. Gosh, I think I messed up my eyebrow there too when I was doing stuff. I need to comb that and groom that a little better. I'm gonna do my mascara off camera. Sorry about my clock going off again. I'll be right back. All right, so what I've done here is I put on a little mascara, and then not a full false lash, but just a little touch on the sides. Like a lot of times when you're trying to fit a strip of lashes, you know, you cut off the end a lot of times, at least I do, because they come so long. Save those little pieces because sometimes you might just only want a little touch on the edges just to, you know, make it a little bit more dramatic, but not going overboard with a full lash. So that's what this is. And for the last thing, if you, those of you that want to use highlighter, I'm just doing something that's kind of subtle today. This is the Laura Geller, New York. This is called Gilded Honey. It's the Swirl Illuminator, and mine, you know, has seen a few miles. You know, I've been on this for a while because it's nice and pretty gold and not, you know, completely like crazy looking. So I just want a little shimmer and a little up top and there. Now, if you're also going to night and you want to glam this up a little bit, you can always swap out for a red lipstick as well if you're doing like a Valentine thing. Okay, so fluff it up, and that's pretty much it. It's just a simple kind of two-color look that you can do quick and easy if you just, you know, if you're not up for going for a lot of complicated different pieces. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Keep it simple. If you are going out for Valentine's Day, I hope it's great. And of course, feel free to dial it up as much or as little as you want, and it'll be fun. You want an amaryllis update? I'm going to show you this. Okay, so she's been open, as you know, and see how this one bloom here is, she's kind of dying off. This one especially. So now when they get like this, they're actually pulling nutrients out for the other one, so you want to remove that. And it's just like a quick snap. And the other three can carry on for a little longer. And we've got this new bud coming up too. So yeah, that's always the thing about amaryllis. At least you get 2 rounds of them, and they're just so beautiful. So that's what's going on there. And other than that, life carries on. So keep your fingers crossed for me that Mexico is going to be a thing. I hope so. I would really like to go. So touch wood. My event's not going to get canceled, but you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I hope you're having a great week, and happy Valentine's Day coming up to all of you. I will have another video before the actual day, but I figured a lot of you might be going out at the weekend if you're going to be celebrating. So that's why, you know, we can just do a little something to make things a little more. You can see my Tweaked by Nature has been doing good things for my hair. Today's the day that I do the ritual of putting the hair oil in, so that's why I'm a little bit flat, but I'm really happy with that stuff. Anyway, next week we'll talk about something else. Have a good week, be good to yourself, and sparkle hard, everyone. I'll see you later.